here by Henderson. Rolling puck is settled by Dervin. Point shot tipped on net. Kaprowski the save. He's got it caught up in his equipment as he took a quick peek back, but he's got that stop there. And I think it's probably a good thing, JC, for Matthew Kaprowski to get some action here early on.
The Kingston end a little bit more, started to gain some more possession, and with that, all of a sudden, they went from barely any shots in the first 5 minutes now to that's number 7.
There's a good glove stop, though, by Gavin Betts, who was able to look through some bodies, heading to the net. Pulled free by Bishop, up the middle, stolen by Royston. Royston with a shot, he scores! Bang! Wesley Royston picks the corner, and it's 1-0.
Well, Wes Royston has been hot as of late for the Owen Sound attack, and what a shot that was. That's his 6th of the season. We'll take a look at it here. Royston collects it top of the slot, just wires it past the goaltender, Gavin Betts. And that's a good start to the period. We talked about Owen Sound having that momentum coming off the penalty kill at the end of the first, and they carry it right into the second period, 31 seconds in.
Goals in consecutive games here for Wesley Royston. Do keep in mind, though, it was very close at the blue line. Extend their lead. A power play opportunity, and they turn it over. Shorthanded chance. Hopkins coming in, passes across, they score! Well, just like that, this game is tied up. Tomasz Pobajal ties it.
Pobajal picking up his 7th of the season, a shorthanded marker. This is not good news for the Owen Sound shorthanded numbers. We'll get to that in a second. But wowzer, that's a quick turnaround for the Owen Sound attack and a momentum killer here. And it comes from a breakdown right inside your own zone. Right there, you have to be sure on those outlet passes. They were not, and Kingston capitalized on it.
Sikora just trying that backhand flip, and Tyler Hopkins with the perfect interception to set up Tomasz Pobajal, who slides it under the pads of Matthew Kaprowski. Nothing the attack netminder can do there. So a short-handed goal, and that probably settles everything for the front blue line. Cole Zarowski over now to Caden Taylor. He hit the crossbar to cap off the first period. Still looking for that first as a member of the attack. Rogers fired to the net. He scores! Braden Rogers gets it through, and the attack retake the lead.
Well, that's a guy that has been needing to get a goal for a while now. Braden Rogers picks up his 4th for the season. Has seen his role change a little bit with the attack this year. Finds himself typically on the 3rd defensive pairing, but still proves that he's got a wicked shot from the point with the man advantage, and gets the lead back for the Owen Sound attack here. Look at him just surveying the situation, decides to shoot. He's looking the other way, and that confuses the goaltender with traffic out front, and the attacker back on top.
Here is Kelly from the half boards looking. He had Moore creeping into the slot. Pass was blocked. Owen Sound flips it out, picked up now by Caden Taylor. Taylor will leave it off for Noah Nelson. Throws it in front, tipped on goal, they score! Lenny Greenberg to the net, deflects it in, and it's 3-1 for the Bears.
That is a huge goal for Owen Sound and for Lenny Greenberg, who gets his 5th of the season. Owen Sound gets this puck off ice, and the race is on now. Greenberg, I mean, he's a defenseman. You're not typically seeing Greenberg and a defenseman around that area of the net, but he does have a pretty good sense for when to jump in a rush and for when chances are about to happen. In that case, his guess was 100% accurate, as he was right there to tip it home and make it 3-1.
What an excellent read by Lenny Greenberg. Gives Owen Sound an insurance marker. Holds it deep. Kingston, it's a short change when you're in the offensive zone, so they sneak one in with the attack having possession. Now a turnover. Robin Kuzma on the steal. Kuzma comes in with a shot. He scores! Robin Kuzma gets his 7th of the year, and the Frontenacs get one back.
I think everybody was thinking pass on that shot for Kuzma, but instead, sometimes it's good to be a little greedy and take the shot for yourself. Kuzma picks up his 7th of the season. And here we'll see it There you go, Kuzma. Yeah, finds the 5-hole.
Right off
Kaprowski. Kaprowski.
Right off Banks.
Right off Banks, yeah. Right there. It's quick, it's hard to see, but Banks was doing his best, of course, to try to take away that passing offer.
To stay on side. Sikora falling down, trying to bump it to him. Boy, everybody's spilling all over the place. Across the line, here's Robin Kuzma looking for another. Goes across to Andrew. Andrew Kuzma scores! Short side, it beats Kaprowski, and the game is tied 3-3.
Second straight goal in this game for Kuzma.
This time it's Andrew.
That is the other Kuzma on the team. Andrew picking up that'll be his 10th goal of the season. And what a shot this is, too, that just goes right through Kaprowski. He's got the shooting lane there and zing right into the back of the net. This game's all tied up at 3, under 2 into this third period.
Robin Kuzma made a good stretch at the line to stay on side and then dishes it across to Andrew, who gets his 10th of the year. He hits double digits. And the Frontenacs have erased a 2-goal ski with a wrist shot. Betts made the save. Rebound was there. He makes another stop. Now it's Taylor. Drop pass for Braden Rogers. Shuffleboards it down low. Taylor behind the net, looking out in front. Arnett will get control at the left point. Over now to Rogers. Rogers a shot, deflected, scores! In front was Noah Nelson, and the attack get back out in front. This time it's 4-3.
Timely goal for Noah Nelson, who was working hard on this shift. He kept the puck alive earlier. Attacker able to work it around a little bit, and that opens up Nelson in front to tip home his 7th goal of the season. Let's take a look at it here. Is attacker just going to work this puck back up the boards to the D? Braden Rogers loves to shoot, already scored on a shot earlier, and there you see Nelson right in the slot. He's got traffic with him, fools Betts, and gets that puck perfectly up into the top corner.
7 on the season now for Noah Nelson. Braden Rogers gets his 2nd point of the afternoon. Elliot Arnett will also draw a helper as a point shot by the Fronts. Bedkowski chips it ahead with a backhander, and the attack will clear it again. This time Nelson. He'll head off to be replaced by Pierce Bowie. The attack changed to D. Turnover, now Crawford. Pierce Bowie to Crawford, scores! A shorty for Jake Crawford, and the attack lead 5-3.
What a read by Jake Crawford to intercept that pass inside the blue line. And then all of a sudden, Pierce Bowie jumps into the play, and it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Jake Crawford, what a huge goal that is. Number 7 on the season for the big man, who came back from injury earlier this week on Wednesday. Came back from injury a little bit early. I think he's wearing a special piece of equipment to allow him to play. But there it is. He just read that perfectly. Back and forth, tic-tac-toe into the net. And for Kingston, that's only the 2nd shorthander they have allowed this season. They were tied for the 2nd least amount of shorthanded goals against.
Well, each Borowski. Final seconds of the Owen Sound power play. Braden Rogers back to Cole Zarowski in the corner. Waiting on it. Penalty is up. Hopkins back into the play. Zarowski shoots and scores! Cole Zarowski. And it's a 6-pack for the attack. They're up by 3.
Cole Zarowski delivering some pizza to the Bay Shore this afternoon. That's goal number 16 on the season for him, who he's just continuing to make a statement that he's going to get drafted a little bit higher into the NHL next year than people are anticipating. That shot just handcuffs Gavin Betts, and Zarowski, with that wicked release, puts the attack up by 3.
So the attack, just after the penalty had expired.
New season, to say the least. 9-16, 1-1 there. Right now, just barely ahead of the Sarnia Sting for dead last in the West. So
the attack get another one. John Banks with a centering feed that deflects in. I think it'll go to Jake Crawford, and he can now make it 7-3.
Crawford leads the train back to the bench. Another goal for Jake Crawford moves him now to 8 on the season. And the coaching staff has mentioned him by name when they talk about the injuries and how they've affected the team and the energy that he brought to the team, not having him and Mason Ray around. Well, that energy's kind of come back for the Owen Sound attack. And there you see getting a couple of goals in this game really helps Jake Crawford. And I speculated yesterday he might be playing through a bit of pain since he came back early. Well, if he is, he doesn't show that he's playing through much because he's been great.
Micus, a long wrist shot, is stopped by Betts. Nice hand eye by Crawford to bat that puck down for his second goal of the game. Another scoring chance for Robin Kuzma. Goes over to Andrew. Kuz clear it on out. Sent back in by Will Bishop. Kaprowski will leave it behind the net. 10 seconds to go. And Lenny Greenberg got a goal in the game. Skates it up ahead. As Cole Zarowski secures the puck, the horn will sound, and the Owen Sound attack get back into the win column. Matthew Kaprowski, solid between the pipes, makes 28 saves for his first win of the year. It's a 7-3 final over the Kingston Frontenacs.
Look at that celebration right now. They know how big of a win that is for Kaprowski. There you go. They really do love this guy on this team.